Hey, English learners! Welcome back to Speak English with Ease and Style, your podcast for real conversations, everyday English, and easy listening practice. I'm Emma.
And I'm Liam. This is the place where you learn real English from real talk, not from boring textbooks. How's your day been, Emma?
I'm okay, just a bit tired. I stayed up late last night watching a series. You know, just one more episode. And then suddenly it was 1 a.m.
Ah, so you were maybe wasting a little time there. Laughs, I've done that so many times myself. What were you watching?
A thriller. The plot was so intense I couldn't stop. But this morning I regretted it. I was so sleepy.
I know that feeling. Anyway, I'm glad we get to sit down and talk with our listeners again.
Me too. It always feels nice to have these conversations and help people with their English. It's like we're all in the same room together, just chatting.
Exactly. Okay, enough small talk. Let's get into our topic before we waste too much time.
Right. Today, we're talking about something very important. Don't waste your time.
Because time is life, right? If we waste our time, we're wasting a little piece of our life. That sounds serious, but we'll keep it fun and simple.
Before we start, we have a small favor to ask. If you enjoy this episode, please like it, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's learning English.
Especially that friend who always says, I don't have time to study, but then spends an hour scrolling on their phone.
We all know that friend. Sometimes that friend is us. Okay, let's dive in.
So Emma, let's start with the basics. What does waste your time actually mean in simple words?
Good question. To waste time means you use your time for something that isn't important or helpful for you. It's not about whether it's fun or not. It's about whether it adds value to your life.
Right. I like to think of time like water in a bottle. You only have a certain amount, and if you pour it on the floor, you can't drink it later.
That's a great metaphor. When you use your time on things that don't help you learn, grow, or even properly rest, you're just pouring it away.
And sometimes we know it, right? We finish doing something and we feel like, why did I do that? I could have done something better.
Exactly. That feeling of regret is a clear sign that maybe we wasted our time. Have you ever had that feeling, Liam?
Oh, many times, like when I say, I'll just watch one short video, and then 40 minutes later I'm still there and I don't even remember what I watched.
That happens to so many people. And it's not just about videos. Sometimes we spend time worrying about things we can't change or saying yes to things we don't really want to do.
True. Or we spend time organizing things that don't need organizing, like making the perfect to-do list instead of actually doing something.
Yes, that's a classic time waste. We feel productive, but we're not moving forward.
So now we understand the meaning. Let's talk about how to stop wasting time, especially when learning English.
We're going to share 5 tips. Each tip comes with a short story or example, so it's easier to remember.
Okay, I'll start with a short story. Last month I was working on my computer, my brain felt tired, and I told myself I'd take a 10-minute break.
That sounds reasonable.
I sat on the sofa, opened my phone, and watched a funny video. I laughed. It was nice. Then another video started. I thought, okay, just one more.
Ha, the famous just one more. We've all been there.
Exactly. After a while, I checked the clock. 1 hour and 15 minutes had passed.
Wow, that's a long 10-minute break.
And the worst part was, I didn't feel happy or relaxed after that. I felt empty, a little guilty, and even more tired.
Yes, that's the feeling of time slipping away like sand through your fingers. So what did you do after that?
After that day, I told myself I need to be more intentional with my time. Intentional means doing something on purpose, not just by accident.
That's a great word. So what's the first tip you'd give to avoid wasting time?
Tip number 1, make a tiny plan. Think of a plan like a GPS in your car.
I like that. Can you explain a bit more?
Sure, if you don't put any address in the GPS, you can drive anywhere. You might drive in circles, waste petrol, and never reach anywhere useful.
But when you put one simple address, the GPS tells you exactly where to go.
Right. A tiny plan is like putting the address for your day. Many learners say, "Today I'll improve my English." But that's too big, too vague.
Vague means not clear. So instead, you make a tiny, clear plan. Today, I'll learn 3 new words. Or I'll listen to 10 minutes of a podcast. Or I'll read 1 page of a story.
Exactly. I remember when I was learning another language, I told myself I'd study for 1 hour every day. It was too much. I got tired, skipped days, and felt bad.
So what did you change?
I made a tiny plan, 10 minutes a day, no more. Some days I did more, but my promise was just 10 minutes. And it worked. I could keep my promise, I didn't feel scared to start, and I felt proud every time I finished.
That's powerful. A tiny plan is like a small, clear address in your GPS. You know where to go, so you don't wander around wasting time.
And the best part is, when you finish your tiny plan, you often want to do a little more. But even if you don't, you've already done something valuable.
Let me give another example. I used to say, I'll practice speaking for 30 minutes. I never did it because it felt too big. Now I say, I'll repeat 1 sentence out loud. That's so easy, I actually do it.
And sometimes you end up doing more, right?
Yes? Once I start, I often do 3 or 4 sentences. But even if I only do one, I still feel good.
So the tiny plan removes the fear. It's so small you can't fail. Okay, tip number 2, use your pocket time.
Pocket time. I like that. What does it mean exactly?
Think of time like coins. You have some big coin, like an hour or two, but you also have many small coins. 5 minutes here, 7 minutes there, 3 minutes while you wait.
Ah, like when I wait for the bus, sit in a taxi, or stand in line at the supermarket.
Exactly. Many people throw those small coins in the trash. They just scroll, scroll, scroll. But if you collect those small coins, you can buy something big.
So you can use pocket time to review a few words, listen to a few minutes of a podcast, or read a few lines of a story.
I have a friend who improved her English mostly in pocket time. She has 2 kids and a job, so she never has a full hour, but she has many small minutes.
What did she do exactly?
She used 5 minutes walking to the bus to listen to a short English dialogue, 10 minutes during lunch to write down new words, 7 minutes before sleep to read a short story. After a few months, she noticed she understood more and could speak better.
So those little coins turned into a big treasure. That's inspiring.
Exactly. If you don't want to waste time, start using your pocket time. Even 5 minutes can be useful. The key is to be intentional. Decide ahead of time what you'll do in those small moments.
Maybe our listeners can think right now. Where are my pocket times during the day? On the bus? While cooking? While waiting for coffee?
Yes, write them down if you can. Then choose one small thing to do in that pocket time.
I have another example. I often have pocket time while I'm waiting for a friend at a cafe. Instead of scrolling, I open a language app and do one quick exercise.
That's a great use of those minutes. And it adds up. Let's say you have 15 minutes of pocket time each day. That's almost 2 hours a week, 100 hours a year.
Wow, when you put it like that, it's huge.
And the best part is, you don't feel like you're studying. You're just using small moments that would otherwise be wasted. Tip number 3, make English fun. Because if it feels like a punishment, your brain will run away from it.
That's so true. Imagine you're a child playing, and every time you play, someone shouts, "Do it perfectly! Don't make mistakes!"
The child would stop playing. Learning is the same. If English always feels heavy and serious, your brain says, "No thanks."
So how do we turn English into a game instead of a chore?
We connect English to things we already enjoy. Emma, what do you enjoy?
I love music. There's one song that really helped me when I was learning. I printed the lyrics, listened to it over and over, circled new words, and sang along in the shower.
That sounds fun and effective.
It was. I also love stories and series. I watched a short series in English, first with subtitles in my language, then later with English subtitles. After a while, I could understand whole conversations without reading.
That's a small victory. What about you, Liam? What do you enjoy? I enjoy watching interviews with people I admire. I find a short interview, listen to it a few times, and try to copy the way they speak. It feels like I'm having a conversation with them.
That's a great idea. Another thing, I play video games sometimes. I switch the game language to English, and now I learn new words while having fun.
See? There are so many ways. You can follow a cooking channel in English, or watch travel vlogs, or even listen to comedy.
Fun helps you stay with English longer without feeling like you're wasting time. If you watch a show in English and learn new phrases, you're not just watching, you're growing.
So tip 3, don't just push yourself. Also play with English. Songs, stories, games, funny videos with English subtitles. Use them wisely.
And here's a tip. Don't worry about understanding everything. Just enjoy. The learning happens naturally. Now we have to talk about something a little dangerous. Something that steals our time without us even noticing.
You mean the thing in our hand, the phone?
Yes. Tip number 4. Watch out for time thieves. A time thief is something that steals your time without giving you anything good in return.
For many people, that's social media. It can be nice, but if you're not careful, it takes and takes.
I remember one evening I sat on my bed just to check one message. Then I saw a funny video, then a short clip, then a comment thread, then a news story. My brain was full, but I didn't learn anything.
And when you finished, you felt tired and a little sad.
Exactly. So we need to protect ourselves from these time thieves.
How can we do that? It's not easy because they're designed to keep us hooked.
One simple way is to make small rules. For example, when I study, my phone stays in another room. I only check social media after I finish my tiny English plan. I turn off notifications for an hour.
That's a good one. I also use a timer. I give myself 10 minutes to scroll, and when the timer rings, I stop.
Another trick. I deleted the apps from my home screen. Now I have to search for them, and that extra step makes me think twice.
It's like locking the door when a thief is outside. You don't hate the thief, but you protect your house.
Yes. When you protect your focus, you can do more in less time. Then you save time instead of wasting it, and you feel more in control of your life.
And here's a question for our listeners. What's your biggest time thief? Is it social media, news, games?
Take a moment to notice. Sometimes just naming the thief helps you see it clearly.
Another thing, be aware of just one more. That's how the thief tricks you. Just one more video, just one more level. Set a boundary. Now I have an important question. If we say don't waste your time, does that mean we have to work and study every minute of the day?
No, not at all. This is very important. Rest is not wasting time.
I'm glad you said that. Think about your body and mind like a phone battery.
Okay, that's easy to imagine.
If you use your phone all day and never charge it, what happens?
It dies. It stops working.
We are the same. If we work, study, and run around without stopping, our battery goes to zero.
Good sleep, quiet time, and simple rest are like charging the battery. Sometimes we feel guilty for resting, but that's wrong.
I have a personal example. Once I tried to work on a project late at night, I was tired, but I pushed myself. I spent 2 hours, but the work wasn't good. The next morning after sleep, I did the same work in 30 minutes, and it was much better.
I know that feeling. So sometimes resting is smarter than pushing.
Exactly. Rest is not wasting time. It's preparing you to use your time better later. It's an investment.
So the key is balance. Some time to study, some time to work, some time to have fun, and some time to rest. A little of each.
And that balance looks different for everyone. The important thing is to find what works for you.
For me, I know I need 7 hours of sleep. If I get less, my whole next day is wasted because I can't focus.
Same here. I also make sure to take short breaks during work. Even 5 minutes of standing up and stretching helps me recharge.
And here's a thought. Sometimes doing nothing is exactly what you need. Just sitting, breathing, letting your mind wander. That's not wasted time. We've used some useful words today. Let's do a quick word tour before we finish.
Great idea. First, intentional. When you do something on purpose, not by accident. For example, I am intentional with my time.
Vague means not clear. Improve my English is vague. Learn 3 new words is clear.
Pocket time. The small pieces of time in your day, like 5 or 10 minutes when you're waiting.
Time thief. Something that steals your time without giving you anything good. Like mindless scrolling.
Invest. To use time, money, or energy now to get something better later. I invest my time in learning English.
And balance. When different parts are in a good mix. Not too much, not too little.
If you didn't catch every word, it's okay. You can listen to this part again.
Now let's give our listeners simple steps to start today.
Step 1. Choose one tiny English goal for today. Maybe 3 new words from this episode.
Step 2. Decide when you'll do it. During pocket time, on the bus, or before bed.
Step 3. Make it fun. Listen to a song, watch a short clip, or re-listen to part of this podcast.
Step 4. After you finish, say something kind to yourself. Nice, I used my time well.
That small sentence can change how you feel about learning. You stop being your own enemy and become your own coach.
Let's quickly recap our 5 tips. 1. Make a tiny plan. 2. Use your pocket time. 3. Make English fun. 4. Watch out for time thieves. 5. Remember that rest is not wasting time.
Your time is valuable. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to use your time a little better each day.
Even 10 good minutes every day can change your English over time. Think about where you'll be in 6 months if you do that.
Now we'd love to hear from you. What's one thing that wastes your time? And what's one small change you'll make after listening?
Write your answer in the comments. Your idea might help another learner.
If this episode helped you, please like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who also wants to use their time better.
Thank you for spending this time with us. You didn't waste it. You invested it in yourself.
We're proud of you. This was Speak English with Ease and Style with Emma and Liam.
Until next time, use your time well and be kind to yourself.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye. Take care.